boys, I'm friggin' pumped. Just scored this dingo off my good buddy Chad. Oh man, some of the cage is missing. I believe he said he has it, so I'm gonna go try and get it. I want it to have the whole cage on it, and I'm probably gonna weld it solid. Oh wait, it's still sturdy. I'm gonna beat the snot out of it. It even still has a Manco 5959 belt on it. Oh man, I'm pumped. Tires are decent. I need one front wheel. The one front wheel broke. I'm gonna run out to Harbor Freight now and see what they got. I hate to put cheap wheels on it, but yeah, gotta make do with what you can afford. Pumped. Hell yeah. Cool beans. Oh, I'm so pumped. I always wanted a dingo growing up because of the movie Little Giant. The girl Icebox, she had that cart. And her dad with the Corvette scene. Yeah, dude, I'm pumped. Hydraulic brake upgrade. Probably needs a little refinement. Definitely need a little refinement there on the throttle. See how he extended it. I'm probably gonna clean that up. Where he extended them to there is a little bit sketchy too. Some nice welds on that gusset. You can't ask for much with these old go-karts. They're getting hard to find. The ones that are in pretty decent condition, people want like $1,000 for it, and I'm not gonna pay $1,000. I got this for about $250. I'm not gonna try to do too much. I'm gonna try to get this motor running. Kinda wanna upgrade this to something with electric start, because it's gonna suck having to pull start that and run around and hop in there and hope it doesn't die. And then if it dies while I'm out, I'm kinda screwed. So I'm either gonna run a really long cord up to a pulley up there so I can pull it from overhead, or I'm just gonna source a cheap motor with electric start, which would be ideal. I don't know if now goal is just to get it running, fix kind of what's needed to drive it, putz around on it a bit in the yard. I start a little go-kart track out there, have some fun. I'm gonna have a go-kart race this summer around 4th of July. It's a couple months from now, called Freedom 69. So I gotta get this ready and ripping ASAP so we can get the go-kart track dialed in. I'm gonna try to put like a little bucket seat out of a race car, but it went swimming in the flood, unfortunately. So it may or may not be ruined, I don't know. Let's get ripping on this little bad Johnny. Luckily, the first thing I'm going to do is I got some of these super sweet tires for Harbor Freight. They're $15.99. I know it's probably heavily frowned upon, but it's what I can afford right now, and I don't want to put a bunch of money into this just yet. I want to get it running and ripping. I'm going to do a full overhaul here soon whenever I build the rest of the cage and sandblast and paint it. The puppy doggy's doing an inspect. Sweet, I'm going to throw these on real quick, and then I might go get a coffee.
The best part of waking up is folders in your cup.
So I just pulled the bottom seat out just to see what was going on in there, and I'm 99% sure that that is like the grate from a grill. And we got some angle iron, some rebar. Yeah, I love the guy's ingenuity. We're gonna have to address that here soon. Okay, so here's what we got going on. I got a brake lever on here, and I'm gonna try to hook it up for my throttle. I'm probably gonna have to trim it a little bit. Before I do all that, I'm just gonna get everything crudely ran just so I could test and see how it works. I don't have the right cable in. This is a little bit too small for in there. So I have one of these. Get them in a hardware store. It's got a cable slot to put your cable in there, and then you run a screw through. So I'm gonna crudely throw it together, see how it works, and if I'm happy with it, then we'll finalize it. Like some irritating with the old ice box. So I flipped these around, had these on a pull, concocted up in there with some nuts and bolts and screws. And so when you push that, it pulled this in, and it slid on that to kind of keep it in track.
What?
But I'm gonna put a little handbrake on here. So something similar like this. I'm either gonna use a gusset like this, and or one of these as my pivot mount for this. And I'm gonna sandwich the end of this in the vise so it'll hold in between there. So when you pull it, it'll pivot on there and push that in. All right, let's get her done.
Get her done.
Oakley dokley. We got kind of a rudimentary setup here, kind of how we want it. Just used a little 3x3 gusset as a pivot point mount, and I utilized Chad's little rods that he made. I'm gonna finish weld them and clean them up, make them fit in there a little better. Basically, you just work like a handbrake in a drift car. You pull back and it'll push that forward. Cool. Let's bring in the welder, fire it up, let it warm up while I clean up this junk with a grinder. We'll weld some junk on, and then go count some sheet, sending it, and come back tomorrow, clean the car and go for it. Dude, pick this, I'm so pumped. Oh my goodness. So there's my throttle. Here's my party stick. So sick. Just boop, boop, boop. I need to put some return springs on it, which I will do. Hell yeah, I'm so pumped. That was actually pretty simple, and it seems to work pretty good. So now like my hand don't even have to come too far off of there, and that's kind of loose. I need to drill it out, put a bigger bolt on the lever. It's probably a good idea since it's a single shear, just to ensure my life a little bit. But hell yeah. Cool beans, I just pressure washed this, degreased it. I'm gonna throw some primer on it now. I'm old man this Camry. I'm just gonna clean it up a bit. Oh yeah, not bad for a day's work. Didn't want to spend too much time on it. Just a quick little degreaser, pressure wash, prime and paint. Looks pretty good. Eventually I'm gonna have to address the seat situation there because the grill grate ain't gonna cut it for my fat. That piece there is about to leave chat, and the seat looks kind of crappy, so I gotta figure something out. I had a bucket seat out of my one race car I was gonna use, but it got stuck in a flood. It is about 100 pounds now. We'll figure something out, but hell yeah. Hell yeah, this thing's ready to rip. I'm gonna hop on after a quick safety meeting, and we're gonna take it for a little rip, boys. Hell yeah, thing runs pretty good.